He plies me with caresses, lustful, obscene. He enters my bed at night and takes from me that which is consecrated to my divine bridegroom, Jesus Christ.
And what form does this incubus take?
Talk!
Who is responsible for this evil possession?
But of course I can prove nothing. This Mother Superior may be little more than a hysterical nun.
But if it is a genuine case of possession by devils, and if Grandier himself was proved to be involved, then yes, I think it bears investigation, gentlemen.
You've been a magician.
If I'd commerce with devils, you face eternal damnation.
Conjecture is useless. We need a professional witch hunter. We must send for Father Barre. Hell will hold no surprises for you.
His Majesty's triumphed again.
How they pale beside the radiance of His Majesty.
I have been a man. I have loved women. I have enjoyed power.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is Speederman here once again with another film review for you guys. And tonight's film review is The Devils from 1971. Now, this film has been on my radar. I heard a lot of things about it, a lot of crazy things about the film's history, the director, a lot of controversy behind this film. And yeah, the BBC cut the shit out of this film. It was one of the video nasties, I think, back in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, there's a lot of history behind this film. So I'm going to talk about the film. Not too much of the story, but just to give you guys an idea of what it's about. So this film takes place in the 7th century of France and in the town of Loudun. And there's this priest, father. His name is Grandier. And he has he's kind of like the town celebrity. Everybody likes him, everybody looks up to him, guys respect him, everybody in the village respects him. The girls all have like a crush on him and they want to be his wife or whatever. And yeah, so this town of Loudun is they kind of have like this beef with this guy named, I think his name is Richelieu, something like that. So, and there's also these nuns in the film, and the nuns, this nun named, I think her name was Sister Jean. She has an obsession with Grandier, a very weird obsession. And yeah, man, I mean, the film, I don't want to say too much about the story, but the film is really something else. I can see why it was banned in a lot of countries and it was heavily cut. I did watch the uncut version of the film. The film is close to 2 hours long, so it did drag a little bit. But I will say it's very, like if I would have watched this film back in the 70s, it probably would have had more of an impact, you know. But seeing as I watched it now, I can see why people might be offended by this film, especially if you're one of those very religious types. There's a lot of like things that would be considered sacrilegious in this film, and it's very anti-religious. The movie kind of reminded me of a scene from another controversial film, which was called Subconscious Cruelty. It really reminded me of that film. It kind of took me back to when I watched that film. So to give you an idea, if you guys have seen that film, it's kind of like similar to that in nature. But I would say I like the film. The acting was good. The cinematography was really good. I thought the film was well shot. Um, the set design was good, like the backgrounds, everything. I mean, it's just that the film really drags a lot. And I was watching my phone between the scenes, and I kind of lost interest, kind of like halfway. But it's a film that you really have to stick with to get the most out of, and it requires some patience if you're not used to watching like really long films. But I would say it was worth a watch at least once. And the soundtrack is very weird in this film. The soundtrack kind of added more to the disturbing element of the film, I think. And yeah, definitely. I think this film would definitely inspired a lot of more modern exploitation films that I've seen. I could see the whole influence behind, other films of this nature. But yeah, I would definitely see. I get why people like it, and I get why people hate this film. But it's definitely a film that you have to watch if you're into, especially if you're a fan of exploitation films, anti-religious films, films that are banned, controversial films. I think it's definitely a must watch. It kind of sucks that there's no, from what I heard, there's no uncut version available to buy. I think, or the uncut version is very hard to find, or I don't know, something that Warner Brothers did. But I did watch the uncut version though, and I'm glad I did. But at the end of the day, I give this film a 8 out of 10 because considering it was made in the 70s and for what you could do in the 70s, I thought it was a pretty bold movie, bold film. The director was pretty bold and daring to do this kind of film, to be quite honest. And yeah, the film doesn't hold back in some scenes. But yeah, acting, like I said, cinematography, everything was good. So yeah, I would recommend you guys watch the film if you haven't, but don't watch the cut version. Watch the uncut version. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, and I will see you guys on the next film review. Peace.